Right, so what do I have here? I have a Harley Benton Deluxe Series telly thing. I saw it on eBay. The kid was selling it. I offered him a price. He counter-offered me, and I went, yeah, that'll do. Because I was looking for a telly to kind of strip down and make into, something fun and a little bit customized. But, the Harley Bentons get quite good reviews, so I figured actually it might be worth having a little look over this guitar and having a little play of it before I kind of completely fucking destroy it. So it's a alder body, maple neck with a, if I pronounce this right, Palfero fingerboard, gold hardware, string through with its kind of quirky offset, string ferrules there. One volume, one tone, three-way switch, and these Roswell pickups, I can't remember what they are, but I'll put all the information on the screen. Yeah, seems pretty well built. It's got a nice weight to it, not too light, not too heavy. Standard shitty import tuners which don't work too well. So yeah, they'll definitely be gone. But as a whole, it's quite a cool little instrument. Bit of a fatter, kind of more vintagey style neck. Got a nice sound, it's quite meaty. Output isn't ridiculously high out of these pickups, but quite good clarity actually. Not bad at all. I was expecting a lot worse, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with these. Might keep them, put them back in. I kind of had an idea of putting some sort of Filtertron pickups in there anyway, but yeah, I mean this surprised me a lot. The Harley Benton stuff does get some really good reviews, and a lot of people really seem to rate them and love them. And I was always a little bit dubious about that because, yeah, we've all kind of been suckered into these things that we think sounds good. I mean, how many of us bought fucking Line 6 Spider 3s and Spider 2s and every other Spider there was, and actually when you really boiled down to it, it had loads of cool features, but it didn't actually sound too great. And don't get me wrong, that's coming from someone that had like a fucking Spider 3 for years when I was younger, which I loved. But anyway, yeah, I mean, the instrument itself seems pretty well built. I was quite fortunate because the actual guy I bought this off of did have it, had the frets leveled and had it set up quite nicely. So in terms of the factory setup of the frets, I can't say. This feels nice. But then I do know that it had the frets leveled, so if he went and paid to get the frets leveled, maybe that indicates that there might have been an issue with the fret leveling. Who knows? But, why would you get them leveled if there was nothing wrong with them? That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, it works well. Volume rolls off nicely. Yeah, it's quite cool. I don't play a lot of different music. I play metal, and that's about it. So that's what I'm going to play through this. But yeah, I think the guitar itself is actually quite cool. I kind of like the little offset. Oh god, let's turn that volume down. I kind of like the offset ferrules. It's kind of quirky. I wasn't too sure at first, but actually I quite like them. I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, really not bad. Really not bad at all. I think things like, these Harley Benton instruments getting a good rap is, it kind of shows what, how far kind of guitars have come and the technology behind them, the fact that, they have these CNC machines everywhere that can make instruments of really good quality at a very low price. You kind of get consistent quality with the routes and the shapes and stuff like that, and you don't kind of get any weird kind of dodgy edges and stuff is cool. I remember my first guitar was made of plywood, for fuck's sake. But now you can get a guitar has some relatively decent specs and sounds good and feels good as well. For under £150, that's cool. I can kind of see why, just from first impressions, why they are getting such a good rap. I mean, this is the only Harley Benton guitar I've actually played, and I toyed with the idea of buying one new as a project, as something to strip down. but I wasn't sure what to do. I wasn't sure whether to go for it, because I actually thought, well, if the reviews are as good as they say, then fantastic. I've got a really good starting point for a guitar to mod and do what I want to. But if it's shit, then I'm just going to be modding a shit guitar, which, don't get me wrong, I like doing, but you know, at the end of the day, I kind of want something that's going to sound cool and be playable. And as it stands, yeah, this seems pretty darn good. Downside, obviously, the tuners, string trees. The tuners are shit, but that's what you expect when you pay sub £150 guitar. It's just these kind of typical import tuners that are kind of unresponsive. They don't have very good, turniness to them. You know, it seems to jump a lot on the tuning. The nut isn't badly cut. I don't know whether that was set up when the dude got the fret leveling done. It looks like it's probably just a plastic nut. And yeah, the strings need changing and the board needs a little bit of oil. But other than that, yeah, it seems pretty cool. It functions well. You know, the bridge does what it needs to do. Controls work, tone works, volume works, switch works. Nice clicky switch, feels good. Yeah, I thought I'd throw something together kind of quick just to have a look at. And I mean, the next thing I'm going to be doing to this guitar is taking it apart and refinishing it, reworking the neck a little bit, and probably reshaping the headstock just to make it a little bit more Fendery, because I'm that kind of guy. But yeah, I mean, as something quick, you know, I've had this for a week or so now. Just initially kind of playing with it and just working with it. Yeah, it's cool. I dig it. If you're looking for something just kind of cheap to play, you know, you kind of want like a Tele style guitar or a Les Paul, and check them out. I think the Harley Benton stuff, you know, from my experience, from this one guitar that I managed to get for like half the price, yeah, I'm impressed. And I think this is going to look pretty cool once I make it graffiti yellow. Well, it might look cool, it might look like shit, and if you don't see any pictures of it or any videos of it, obviously it was shit. But yeah, cool, that's all I've got to say.